Hi, Mac. How are you doing?
I'm very stressed. I have so much going on. I wish I could tell you I'm doing better, but I have too much going on between school, the kids, and my job is very overwhelming.
Wow. Well, thank you for meeting with me today.
Yeah.
I can hear you're under a lot of stress right now, and I appreciate you taking the time to be here, you know. Um, Before we start, I would like you um to tell me what is two things you hope to get out of the session today, even if it's something small.
I want to leave the session today feeling more hopeful and also more less stressed than I came in today.
Mm. Those are two big goals, but I think it's achievable, right? You think so?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so if today was even a little bit helpful, what's one small sign you'll walk away noticing?
Yeah, noticing that at least an impact was created, noticing that at least I didn't live the same way I came, or even if no matter how small my step is, I still value it.
And that's a big thing. No matter how small our achievements are, we have to acknowledge them because those are sometimes our biggest motivation, right? Yeah. Um, so can you think of a recent moment, even a short one, when you felt just a little bit more in control or less exhausted?
Yeah, I would say when I was able to pass my last class because it was one of the hardest class for me, but when I was able to make it through, made me feel a little bit better about myself and a little hopeful that I can still push forward.
That's a wonderful thing. Um, what were you doing that helped things to feel even a little bit better? What are some of the things that you were doing in that moment?
I would say looking at things on a positive side really like motivates me and encourage me to at least feel a little better about myself.
Mm-hmm. Anything specific that you were doing? Any strategies that you used in that moment?
Oh, I spend most of the day listening to music, and I feel like it's a kind of drive my senses to other places instead of thinking about the stress. It kind of gave me a break.
So you use music like as a coping mechanism, like to relax you and to take you out of that overwhelming feeling, right?
Yeah, sometimes I just drive and play my music just to get away from all the stress, to get a place of peace.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1, the stress is completely overwhelming. 10, you're coping really well. Where would you say you are today?
I would say around a 6 or a 5 because I'm really hopeful because I'm talking to you. It makes me feel a little better.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm somewhere in between because I'm somehow being drawn a little back, but I'm trying to get out of that show.
Okay, so you say around 5 or 6,
Yeah, five to
thereabout.
six. Yeah.
So what makes you between like midway and not at a lower number, like a 1 or 2?
Because I feel like coming out here today and having somebody to talk to has brought a little bit like hope to me and made me feel a little bit less stressful, making me feel like I still have the strength to push forward.
Okay, and that's definitely progress. It's not where you want to be, but it's better than at ground zero, right?
Right.
Um, what do you what do you think helps you to stay at like midway and not like drop completely?
Because I feel like if I drop, my whole family depends on me, and if I drop, everybody drops. So when I think about my family and I think about my kids, I feel like I have to push through for them. I have to be strong to make sure at least I don't drop so they don't have nobody to turn to.
Mm-hmm. And so you're telling me your motivation is what keep you going and keep you from just giving up.
Yeah, because I feel like I can't give up because I'm really trying to succeed so my kids can have a better life. So
Mm-hmm.
that alone at the back of my mind don't make me give up.
Yeah, that's true. Um, Motivations are sometimes our greatest strength, in life, and it brings us through. Um, I'd like to ask you something called a miracle question. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but I want you to imagine that tonight, while you're sleeping, a miracle happens, right? The stress and exhaustion you've been carrying become a little lighter, but because you were sleeping, you don't know the miracle happened. When you wake up tomorrow, what would be the first small sign that things are beginning to get better?
I would say when I wake up in the morning, the first sign I will see is I will get out of bed with much energy and motivation. My days, like on the regular days, I'll be stressed in the bed, but I feel like I will be more, my mornings will be smiley. My mind will be free. Like I wouldn't have to be thinking about it because I'm always thinking about a lot of stuff at the same time. So if a miracle happened today and all those stuff don't exist, I feel like I can live my best life. I can think freely, smile, and do stuff that I enjoy to do instead of being stressed and not having motivation to do nothing. Probably
Okay.
read, take the kids to the library, or probably go to the mall, or make myself a breakfast because usually because of how I feel, I don't make breakfast. But if I
Mm-hmm.
wake up and I don't have any stress, I can walk to the kitchen and make me a breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
eat, and start my day off very motivated.
That sounds good. To follow up from that question, how would people in your environment notice that there is something different, something improved? What would
I
they
would,
notice from
sorry,
how
I
you're
would say,
behaving now to having a small like sign that things are better?
yeah, I would say they would see me more smiley. They wouldn't see me more of like trying to withdraw from everybody. I would be more uh communicative. I will be more like forthcoming instead of me always withdrawing. I'll be more
Mhm.
social than being
Mhm.
withdrawn as I usually do.
Okay. You mentioned a few things that show your ability to keep going and even under great stress. What are you most proud of in how you're handling things so far?
I would say I'm so proud of myself because even though I'm going through a lot, I still make sure I don't let my I don't reflect my anger on the kids and the family because in the past, anytime I'm stressed, I used to reflect my anger on the whole family. But
Mm-hmm.
just time I can realize that I'm still being able to cut myself in the moment and not extend all those frustrations to the kids, which really makes me feel a little better about the situation.
And that's wonderful, being able to contain yourself and see your limit to how far you could take it. So that's a great thing to be proud of.
Thank you.
Um, Before we wrap up, I'd like to offer you a small task. You think you'd be interested?
Yeah, I'm really willing to work to get myself out of this situation. So at this point, I think I'd like to try.
Okay, so but between now and the next time we meet, I want you to pay attention of when stress feels even a little bit more manageable, even if it's short, notice what you're doing in those moments, and because those are clues about what makes you move forward. So if you want to document it, like just document sometimes that um when you feel stressed but you're really coping with it, and you could also document what are some coping skills, like what were you actually doing that helped you to cope with this stress.
Sure. Thank you very much. That's a great exercise. That's something I would like to try.
That sounds good. So I look forward to hearing about the things you list during the time that we're not meeting, and see where we can go from there. And I am very hopeful to see you progress.
Thank you very much. And I'm very grateful for you listening to me and giving me some time to at least speak with you about my problems. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.